As a leader, you have an incredible opportunity right now in the world. Hi, it's Martin. Here's what's on my mind. Have you noticed in the world that there's an awful lot of unhappy people? Sad people, upset people, anxious people, worried people, fearful people, skeptical people, cynical people. People worried about the world, about their health, the health of their family, worried about finances, worried about how they're going to pay their bills, whether they're going to have a job next week. See, the world is full of people like that right now. These are changing and extraordinary times. And they need you. They need leaders like you to help them, to support them, to show them that there's a bigger vision, there's a more positive vision, that there is a path out of this kind of thing. They need you to inspire them, motivate them, educate them, show them the way, show them that you care, that your company cares, that your team cares, that your family, that your friends, that your community cares, your clients care. To lead with empathy and compassion, to sit with them, to understand them, to make sure that they're listened to, that they're heard, and help them move forward. The world needs leaders like you, and you are a great leader. You know just how we did COVID. We came out of the pandemic that hit us for 6, and then there was optimism because the pandemic was kind of ending, and flexible working and all that kind of kicked in, and stuff that, to be honest, I was doing 20 years ago. Suddenly, it was more mainstream. All these conversations, there was a bit of positivity, and then the cost of living crisis happens. People are now worried about the money. Companies are going back to their 1970s and 1980s playbook and just taking it out on their employees. The very people, their most valuable asset, the people that got them through the pandemic, they then take it out on them and restructure and redundancies. Have you noticed how everything's also an argument? All of a sudden, all that flexible working stuff, which is brilliant, which brings balance. Yeah, it's not for everybody. But all of a sudden it's, oh, it does work, it doesn't work. And companies retracting policies and putting restrictions on things. And it goes against the whole idea of what it was in the first place. So no longer can we have conversations. Everything's got to be an argument. Have you noticed? See, this is the world that we live in right now. And it needs leaders like you and I to step up and help and support. But has your fire been diminished? Has the weight of the world got to you? As a senior leader, are you looking at the world? Are you looking at the business? Are you looking at the strategy? And you're thinking, actually, I'm not sure. Maybe you've got some self-doubt. Maybe you're now thinking, damn, how did I get here? Am I good enough for this? People are looking at you for the answers, and you're thinking, I don't have all the answers. And by the way, it's okay not to have all the answers, because nobody does. But all of a sudden, instead of looking out there and building the positivity and leading the people, all of a sudden, you're more in your head, and you're thinking more about what this means for you, and you're getting in your own way. There's a lot of that that's happening at the moment. As a middle manager, who traditionally gets squeezed from above and squeezed from below, and then you're desperately trying to lead your team, your project, your division, your department, and people are looking to you for answers, and you don't have all the answers, but you've also got so much on. You can't possibly get it all done all at the same time by last Friday, which is what you're trying to do. Let me tell you a quick story. 2 days before my second burnout, because I didn't learn from the first one. 2 days before my second burnout, 2 colleagues came up to me. They said, Martin, we're so worried about you. We've had a word with your manager. I can tell you now, I just wanted the world to swallow me whole. I thought my world had absolutely fallen apart. Now, they did it with compassion and empathy and caring, because they cared, and they were right to. they were right to do that, to call me out, because at that point I was working 72-hour days. My to-do list, which was in an Excel spreadsheet, had over 800 actions on it. I was out of control. But I didn't know any other way. I was just pushing harder and longer, desperately trying to get everything done because I didn't want to let anybody down. I didn't want people to think that I wasn't good enough. But in that moment, I just felt like the failure. And the thing that went through my mind was not my health, not the fact that I'd lost connection with my family. It was, of all things, if people think I can't do this, if they think I'm not good enough, I get marked down in my performance review. If I get marked down in my performance review, I'll be out in the next restructure, which is just around the corner. If I'm out, I won't have a job. I won't be able to pay the bills. We won't be able to pay the mortgage. We'll lose the house. And my family, my wife, my children will leave me, and I'll be broken in the gutter. And for some of you, you're going to think, well, that's a bit over dramatic, Martin. For some of you, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I had that fear for years. That's what drove me to work harder and longer. A massive, massive consequence. And in that moment, I just felt like I'd been found out. Middle management is tough. And what if you're a business owner? It's all on you. And let's be honest, you work for the craziest boss there's ever been. Yourself. All the strategy, the systems, the processes, the marketing, the sales, the people, the finances, it's all on you. For your team, for your clients, for your family. I know what that pressure can do to you. I know what that feels like. And whether you're a senior manager, a middle manager, or a business owner, let me ask you this. How long have you been pushing this hard? How long have you been pushing this hard? Working these long hours, your only strategy being to work harder and longer, at the detriment of not seeing your family. The quality of life with your family isn't where it needs to be, where you want it to be. The connection with your partner, your children, isn't where you want it to be. You can't switch off. You're not spending the quality time with them that you want. And then all the guilt and the resentment that comes with that. If you've got any, or indeed all, of that going on up here, do you honestly think that people won't notice? That it won't affect your leadership? Do you think that people won't notice in your eyes, in your tone, in your language, in your body language, in your decision making? Trust me, people notice. I know you put a brave face on it. I know. But you're not Audrey Hepburn, and you're not Brad Pitt. You're not that good an actor. I'm sorry. Sorry to break it to you. You need your fire back. You can't be the leader that you want to be, that you know you are, to help people right now. Let me remind you, people need your help, your team, your family, your division, your department, your company, your clients, the world at large need your leadership right now. This is how we start. I'm not talking about political leadership. Change starts with us. Having a better quality of life starts with us. But if we've got all of this going on in our head, we can't possibly be the best that we can be. And that fire kind of dims and just becomes a spark. Well, I want you to know that not only are you not alone in feeling like that, I speak to so many senior managers, middle managers, business owners that are feeling the same. I want you to also know that you're not alone in dealing with this, with navigating this, with overcoming these things that are getting in your way right now. You're not alone in getting out of here and back into here to reignite that fire so that you can lead with passion and purpose and joy and be the leader that people need right now, the people around you need right now, to paint that vision, to take them on a journey, to show them there's a different way, to show that you care, that you listen. This is what I do. I help senior managers, I help middle managers, I help business owners regain their spark. Because I've experienced all of this. And along the way, through trial, error, pain and suffering, I figured a few things out that work. And then I want to spend years with some of the most successful people on the planet to see what they do. And then use their models, their blueprints, their frameworks, and apply them to my life to see what works then. You get access to all of that when you work with me. All of my nearly 50 years of lived experience, plus the decades and decades of lived experience that I've learned from my coaches, my mentors, my trainers. I'm going to make this really simple. I'm going to ask you to do, if this is you, if this resonates, if you're here thinking, yeah, okay, and I know it can be difficult, right? I know it can take courage to be that honest. I know. I'm going to ask you to do one thing, the one thing that every client that I've worked with one-on-one has done before working with me. And that's just drop me a message. No convoluted funnels or sales pages. Just drop me a message. Hey Martin, saw your video. You're right. I want to get that fire back. I'm ready. Can we have a talk? Can we talk it through? That's it. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't overthink it. Just drop me the message. If you're ready, if this is sounding like you, if you know that you're a better leader than you're being right now, that we just gotta get some of that stuff out of your head and start leading with the heart again. It would be my absolute privilege to be that person by your side and to help you on that journey. Together we can make this, I know it sounds corny, but we can make this a better world. But it starts with making it a better world for us, our family, our community, our friends, our teams, our departments, our companies, and we can do it. And the world needs us right now. They need you. And I'm here to help you be the best version of you. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks for watching.